What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of Naruto in his Kurama mode. Let's begin today's lesson by sketching a circle in the center of our page. Now move to a side grip, sketching with the flat edge. Let's start at the very top. Just going to work our way around the left side using these short choppy lines. And then just bring that in towards the middle and go all the way around the right side. Now with our circle in place, we're going to add some guidelines to help with the symmetry of our drawing. Let's start from the very top of our circle, sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom, and then we'll extend that up towards the top. Let's add another guideline going across from left to right. So we'll start in the center of our circle, just pull this out towards the left side, and then the right. Let's add another set of guidelines coming down the side of our circle. So we'll start on the left, come down, and we'll extend that up, and then do the same thing on the right. Now from here we start blocking out the main features of the head. Let's start with the bottom edge of the headband. On the left side of our circle, we're going to step up, just going to curve this down towards the center, and then bend that back up towards the right. Let's go all the way up to the top of the circle, curve this out, and then down towards the line on the side. Now let's leave a gap in between the eyes. From that center line, we step over towards the left, sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom, and then we'll take that same distance over towards the right and do the same thing. Now from this point, we're going to step down, draw a straight angle line going up and out underneath the edge of the headband. Let's draw a straight line going across towards the right, and then angle this up and out. Now from the very top, we're just going to curve the eye going out and then down towards the side. Now I'm going to go back to the inside and curl in the brow. Starting from this point, come in, and just tuck that up underneath the headband, and do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm going to tuck two small circles underneath the eyelid for the eyes. From this point, I'm going to come all the way around, and then just pull that back up along the top, and do the same thing on the right. Now from the outside of the eye, draw a straight angle line coming down and in. And we'll pull that straight in towards the inside corner of the eyes. Let's add a small fold underneath the eyes. Starting from the inside corner, draw a straight angle line coming down and out. And then we'll add that thick trim around the eyes. Starting from the very top, we're just going to step out, pull that same curve coming around towards the side. Draw a straight line coming down and in towards the bottom. Round out the bottom and then come back up towards the inside corner. Now the mouth is going to sit along the bottom of our circle. So we're going to step up and draw two straight angle lines going up and out for the nose. Let's mark off the corners of the mouth. From this point, we're going to step out, draw a short angle line coming down and out on either side. And then from the center at the bottom of our circle, step down and sketch a line going across the lower lip. Now underneath the lip, we're going to step down, sketch a line going across from left to right to locate the chin. Let's go back underneath the circle, add another line going across from left to right to mark off the jawline. Now I'm going to go back to the side of our circle and slope the head coming down and in towards the jaw. So we'll start on the left. Angle this down and in. And we'll curve the jaw coming down and in towards the chin. Come down and just bend that in. Let's go back up to the top and draw on the ears. From the bottom corner of the headband, draw a straight angle line coming down and out towards that center line. down and then in. And we'll pull the earlobes in towards the side of the head. Now you want to block out the markings across the side of the head. Starting underneath the eye on the left side, I'm just going to angle this down and in towards the corner of the mouth. And then from the jaw, draw a straight angle line coming up and in. Step up and draw that again. Now you want to draw this angle line 4 more times going up towards the top. So we step up, just leave an even space gap. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now to help identify each of those markings, we're just going to shade these in. Start with the bottom. I'm going to skip that second section. And then we'll shade in the top. Now let's go back up and block out that metal plate in the center of the forehead. Starting from the side of our circle, start with a straight line going across from left to right along the top. And come down the sides. From the bottom, we're going to step up and just follow that same curve of the headband, coming down and then back up. Now let's add that symbol in the center. From the top, we're going to step over towards the right, and draw a circle, coming around towards the right. Now I just want to swirl this back in, going all the way around and then in towards the center. From the top right, draw a short angle line going up and out. And then on the left side, angle down and out. And then come in across the bottom. Now let's move up and start blocking out the hair. Leaving a gap in the center, let's start over on the left side and curve this out and then up towards the line on the left. Move over towards the right and do the same thing, going up towards the same height. From the top, we just want to pull this back in towards the headband. So come down and just bend that in. Let's add another point on the left side. From the top corner of the headband, go out and up, and pull that back in towards the side. Now we want to sweep the hair over towards the right. So from this point, we step over, curve around, go up and over towards the center. And we'll taper this back around so it gets thicker as you come back in towards the top of the head. Let's go back over towards the bottom, curve around and towards the right, come around and back down towards the bottom. Now along the inside, I'm going to go up and out, and bend that up towards the end, come down and then across. Let's add another point, going up and out towards the right, and then pull that back in towards the side. Let's add a couple more along the side. Starting down here, come down and up, and pull that back in. And then we'll add one more, starting along the bottom, come down and up, come down and then in towards the side of the headband. Now we want to move down and loosely block in the collar. Let's start underneath the left earlobe, go out and then down with a short curve, bring this down across the face and then in towards the chin. From the inside, draw a curve, coming down and then across. Let's go back over towards the outside, come down, and then pull that in. Now I'm going to open up the collar on the right side. So let's start beside the ear, start by going out and then down, taper that back in. And then from the inside, curve this down and then out, bend this down and in towards the bottom. I'm going to see the edge of the collar underneath the chin. Let's start on the right side, curve this down, and then across towards the left. Once we have the basic building blocks of our drawing, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we have a rough sketch of our drawing, we're going to move to the tip of our pencil and start refining the shape and adding some details. Let's start with the bottom edge of the headband. We're going to start over on the left side. Just going to darken this up, coming in towards the middle, and then bend that up towards the right. And then move down and just layer the eyebrows on top of the eyes, coming in with a slight bend. And we'll pull up the brow. Let's add some thickness to the eyebrows along the top. And we'll accentuate that fold in between the eyebrows. And a couple wrinkles along the outside. I'm just going to thicken up the upper eyelid, going out towards the side. Taper this down along the side of the eye towards the bottom. Now we're going to go in and trace the outside of the iris. Let's add a small highlight circle on the top left. Just tuck the one on the right underneath. And we'll lightly shade in the inside of the eye. And we'll darken up the top to create a shadow, and then we'll fade that down. Just going to go in behind that highlight. Let's add that thick line going across the center of the iris, from left to right. Again, going in behind the highlight, and draw a thinner line coming down the middle. We're going to add a shadow cast along the top of the eye from the eyelid. And just round out the bottom of the eye. Now using the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to enhance that shadow underneath the eye, coming in towards the brow. And just fading that out. Just darken up that trim around the eyes and bring that in. Now the headband is going to cast a shadow across the head along the top. So just darken that up and then fade that out. And then we'll enhance that shadow in between the brow. Now from here, just going to work our way down along the side of the head. And we'll go back and add a fold along the outside of the headband. Start with a small curve along the bottom, and round up the side going up towards the top, and we'll add one more fold. Add a little bit of hair along the side. And then add some shape to the ear, starting along the top, and coming down towards the earlobe. Just going to lightly shade in that shadow area inside the ears. Now before going any further with the face, we're just going to overlap the color on the left side, adding a little bit of a bend to the top. And we'll darken up the inside of the collar. I'm going to go back and add some detail to the nostrils. And then tracing out the mouth. And then we're going to go in and add some shadows across the bottom of the nose. Start by going across. Now the nose is going to cast a shadow just above the lip. So just going to pull this down towards a point. Now I want to cast the shadow from the head on top of the neck. So use the side edge of our pencil and darken that up, and we'll gradually fade that down. The color is also going to cast a shadow across the chin. And going back and just adding a shadow on the side of the head. And we'll fade that in. I'm going back and tracing out those markings across the face. So we'll start with the outside. And we'll darken up the inside. I'm going to use the side edge of our pencil and just darken up the collar on the right side. And then we're just going to bring this in across the top of the body. And go back and darken that up to create some contrast. And then we can gradually fade that out towards the end to create a silhouette. I'm going to go back and trace out that metal plate across the top of the head. So start with the outside perimeter. I'm just adding a few shadows coming from those folds, coming in, just shading the outside and the bottom. And then we'll trace out that center symbol, also adding a little bit of thickness along the outside. Let's add 3 rivets on either side. And lightly shade in the headband, going across that metal plate. Now adding a shadow underneath the metal plate on top of the headband, across the bottom. And we'll add a glare going across the right side. So we'll start with a curve. We'll darken that edge, and then just fade that out towards the right. Now for the hair, we're just going to start with the side edge of our pencil, starting along the top edge of the headband. Just going to add some texture, starting with that center section, going up and across. And then from the tip, we'll just pull these in. Just adding a little bit of shading along the inside. And then we'll repeat that process, adding layers in behind. So let's start with the left side. Add some texture along the inside. Now we're working on the layers along the back. I'm going to go back in with the tip of my pencil and refine that detail. Start along the bottom edge. And working from the top, coming down. And this final stage, we're just going to go back and enhance the contrast. And as we get near the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Naruto. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also share your art with me for the monthly artist spotlight. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.